Ja,
Ja,
det gjør det.
ready.
Da kjører vi i gang.
Skal vi se. Ja.
På nett om 1 minutt, så...
Yes. Skal se om jeg finner en... Jeg hadde med meg stativ og hele pakka. Jeg tenkte jeg skulle gå ut og få se om det skulle blåse for mye.
Okay, so welcome to this day 2 of this virtual summit. I just decided for 10 days ago I should have. Yesterday I had 2 interviews, and today I have with Iisa. Is that the right way to say your name? I'm just like, I'm used to say something else.
Yeah, I know. I changed my name.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And thank you for joining. It's quite funny because both of us left Norway, and you are in Greece and I'm in Vietnam, and we're both working on. Yeah, that's quite cool.
Yeah.
And most of the listeners are in Norway, so that's quite funny. But I want to ask you something. How did you start with? And thank you for first that you take time for doing this. I know you have a lot of things to do, and you're really
cool.
Inspired.
I'm in the car by the beach, so we are very creative because there are some bad internet connection right where we are. So I'm very creative when I'm going to be online. So well, we will make it happen.
That's how it is to be an internet nomad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So can you just tell me about what did you do before you start to do things online?
I did work in the municipality as project manager with getting people to actually come to our little town. I'm from North Norway in a small village. It's just about 1,000 people living there. And we worked on different projects. And I worked a lot with the theater also, with culture. And I actually see now that everything I have done before, you can use it. It's just different settings. So, and also I have to think, well, I worked with children's clothing. Actually went bankrupt in 2002 with children's clothing. And so I went to some years with very bad economy, and I did a lot of things. Yeah.
And how did you decide that you want to start an online business?
I think it started, actually, I started as a speaker, inspirational speaker in 2011, because I actually learned to be happy without so much money. So I wanted to share this knowledge, and I didn't have a lot of money then. So I just had I bought old Toyota Corolla, 96 model, I think. It was not good at all. So I decorated it with flowers, and I just decided I've always been an action taker. So I thought, okay, nobody's booking me. How can I do this? So I started to drive around in Finnmark, in Troms, in North Norway, and just booked places to speak, and people paid me 200 Norwegian krones to speak. And it was cool. It was very cool to traveling a lot. But then one day my youngest daughter said, "Mom, I don't want you to be traveling so much. Can't you stay at home more?" And then I started to think, okay, how can I do this without traveling? How can I inspire people without traveling all the time? So I think that's when I started to work online, to just, use the possibilities we all have.
So when did you start? How long time ago is it?
Oh my God, I'm so bad with I don't know what day it is today. So maybe it was in I think 3 or 4 years ago, maybe. Yeah, that was a really bad question, Petter Erik. I don't know when I started. Some years ago. Well,
yeah. So when you started with doing online marketing and selling a product online, what was the first product you launched, and how did you do it?
I have to think. I think I started. Actually, I think my brain, I say it's the chemo that is messing with my brain. But I think the first product actually was a I didn't start with a mastermind. I think maybe I learned people how to make a web page, actually. I think that was the first thing I did, because when I was poor, I didn't have, of course, money to have someone else to do the web page for me. So I would be sitting up every night. I was working in the municipality 100%. And after the kids went to bed, I would be sitting up online. You know, you can find everything on Google, on YouTube. If you don't have money, then you need time. That's my thinking. So I didn't have money. So every night when the kids were sleeping, I learned about making my own web page. And later I realized, oh, it's so many people struggling with making their own web pages. So I created just a small course where people could learn how to create their own web page. So I think that's where it started. Yeah.
And how did it go when you tried to sell it?
Oh, it was, I sold something, but, you know, I didn't know about selling. I just wanted to have the product, you know. I'm laughing about because I am laughing about other people doing the same today. They are just, you know, we fall in love in our products. It's because it's our babies, and we just think, oh, it's my baby. Everybody got to see my baby. But hey, they're not interested in your baby. They are, you know, what can they do for you? So I was selling something, and actually, but it was funny because, you know, it's about what they say. It's about the first dollar, you know. When you get the first sale, you understand, oh, it's working. It's actually working. People are buying it. I didn't have a lot of sales, but it was working, and I was mainly I was happy because I understood that I was helping people, you know, because they were also struggling with the same thing. So yeah.
And you started with a web page, and then you talked about a mastermind. Was that your next project, or and how did that come up?
Yeah. No, I think I was online a lot, and my speaking part was about inspiration. So I just wanted to inspire people. No, before the mastermind, and actually launched a web TV. And then before, I used to call myself Lucky Linda, so I launched the LL Web TV, and that was actually crazy. I think that was really, really good launch. And I've been thinking about it because when I checked it later, it was really cheap to join. I think it was 99 crowns a month or something. But my conversion was 92%.
Wow.
So it was, of course, a small product, but it was so amazing because I could use all my inspirational stuff and just to put it online. And I did a very exciting launch, I think, because people didn't know what I was going to launch. So I just built it up like something really, really exciting. And so when I launched it, it was like, yes, okay. They were all in. So that was when I understand the launching part. Yeah.
So can you tell? I think a lot of people doesn't know what a launch is. So can you tell about how you did it?
Yeah. I worked with a man, a very good friend of mine, called Geir, and he had been selling for many, many years. And so he actually taught me the first round of it. And he learned me how to, you know, make it excitement, make it so people, they would sign up, and he learned me about what I call the inside and the outside. When all business people know about it, but a lot of people don't use it. The list, the email list, and now the messenger list, and you have the blog on the outside and everything. I started to do a lot of videos doing Facebook Live, and I would tell people, I would just start my launch by telling, well, oh, I'm so happy I have something exciting. I'm working on something really, really cool. And I would not tell what it was. And people were getting, oh, what is it? What is it? So I think the first part is just to get attention, you know, because everybody is online and so many people are making videos and they are sharing their stories, but we are not really interested in people's story. We get inspired by people's stories, but we're always thinking, what's in it for me? So I started to get the words, what's in it for me? Everything I was doing, I was thinking, what's in it for me? For them, not for me. So I was changing my focus from myself to the listeners. And that would make them really interested in what I was doing. So That was the first part. And the second part was to get them on my list, to give them something for free. A freebie, everybody knows that also, we're doing businesses. But I see a lot of freebies that are crap. And because I think sometimes the freebie is the last thing we do. We are making the product, we are making it really, really good. And we know that, oh, we need to have a freebie so people will get on the list. And then we make maybe a crappy freebie. So I always tell my customers and those who I inspire that make the best freebie ever. Make it something that you could sell. Make it so amazing that people are thinking, wow, I'm getting this for free. Are you serious? This is amazing. This is worth a lot of money. Because when you get a good freebie, people will be so happy with what you give for free. And then they will be like, oh my God, I'm getting this for free. What will I get if I actually pay something? So I would build this up and I would give the people on the blog, on the Facebook Live, they will get a little bit value. And on the inside, on my email list, they will get more. So the people on the inside will feel like, oh, I'm more important because I know something more. So they will be in with my secret, they didn't know what I was launching, but they kind of knew a little bit more. So I asked them for help. What do they think? Do I select this or this? So when I launched, they would feel like, I knew this. So yeah.
So you say that many have crappy freebies or crappy
yeah, I think so.
or crappy things. So what do you mean by that? So what is a crappy? You don't need to say any names or whatever, but can you describe something you've seen that is crappy and why it's crappy?
Yeah, no, I think some of the things is where you don't get any value. When you people list up, for instance, 10 things that will blah blah blah, and maybe the things won't help you. I think a crappy freebie is maybe a PDF where you will just put on some stuff and it doesn't make any sense. You get a list, but you can just Google and find the list everywhere. So when you get a freebie and you feel like, I can't use it for anything. So I think a crappy freebie is when you get it and you don't know what to do with it. I think it should be like a content where it is you can actually use that freebie for something. And actually, I follow. Of course, we have to talk about that also. I learned because I learned a lot of stuff with you, Petter-Erik. Of course, we have been working together. But also I'm following Frank Kern. I think he is very, very good. And he learned me a lot about, giving something that is the next right step for them. And sometimes the freebie is like, you don't understand the freebie. Maybe you're opting into something and you actually need to know like 5 other things before you can understand the freebie. And that's also you have some missing links. So yeah, I think if you create a good freebie, you will have a lot of more customers because you're serving people. You are not doing the freebie just to get them on the list. So spend time on the freebie. I think it's good.
Yeah, yesterday I had with Rich Sheffrin, and he has a freebie that was downloaded 2 million times or something.
Yeah,
and that was. And he built all his business because of this freebie that he hit the target like for many years ago. But you talked also about because the main topic is here is how to sell online with live presentations. And I know that you use Facebook Live a lot, and that's your main channel to selling your product.
Yeah.
So I think many use Facebook Live and they go live and they think like, oh, I get so many great feedbacks and everyone loves me and everyone likes what they do, but they're not buying my products. So what's the secret for using Facebook Live to sell your product?
Yeah, I think one of the secrets is to take people on a journey, because when you do Facebook Live, a lot of people don't think about what they are talking about and what they are sharing, because Facebook Live is like, just push the button and you have to go live. So people are going live and they are just babbling, or they are sharing bits and pieces, so you don't take them on a journey. So when I do Facebook Live, I always, before I start, I think about, okay, what journey do I want to take them, with me? So then I would do like sit in the caldera here in Santorini. So I will show them my lifestyle, my great lifestyle. So I will start with asking them, okay, what is your result? What do you want? Because you only have a few seconds when you start a Facebook Live, because we have so much noise on Facebook. So people are actually watching Facebook and they are doing like 5 other things. So you need to just connect them in a few seconds. And what I do then is to focus on the results of the viewers. So if you do that in the first seconds, but people are saying, oh, hey, my name is blah, 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 I'm here and checking this out. And you're losing a lot of people actually in the beginning. But people are not on in the beginning because it takes, 30 seconds, or it can take a couple of minutes, I think, before people are actually seeing your live. And then people are waiting for people to get on the live. But most people are seeing it on videos on demand. They are seeing it later. So you need to start your live at once. At the second you go online, you have to give content, and that is the result. And the next thing I do is I dare to talk about their problems, and that's also, I see a lot of people are afraid about talking about the problems. They are afraid about to be brutal with some of them. I'm very brutal when I do live. I'm very honest. And I dare to say, do you live a good life? What are you missing? What is bugging you? What is keeping you awake? So I'm really pushing them so they will connect with their problems. Because we have a lot of problems, or people, they have challenges. We have a lot of challenges. So we need to connect their challenge. What is their particular challenge you want to solve? And then I give them a solution and, of course, call to action. A lot of people forget call to action. What do you want them to do after their live? So when you are selling, when I'm launching something, when I'm inviting someone to buy something, I will tell about it, and I will give them the link. Or if I use Messenger, I will give them the link. And just after I say the price, I will go off. And that I learned from you, Petter-Erik.
Thank you.
So thank you.
So
but yeah, I just use it because a good ending is really important. Also, that you just say the price, invite them in, and say goodbye as soon as possible, and it's working really good.
So what do you think is your key factor that you have success online? What are you doing different than everyone else that want to do?
I think one of the things is my energy, my enthusiasm. Because people want to feel more alive. They want to be inspired. They want to be a part of something. They want to, when they see a video, I think that they need more inspiration. They need more energy after they've seen the video. And I think that's one of the things. And also, I think if we are true to our passion, because I have a great deal of passion. So I am changing business. When I find a new passion, when I don't have passion for the same thing, I am stopping it and I'm doing the next thing I have passion for. So I'm always true to my passion. And I think when we are true to our passion, I think we will have success, because it is for real. I never feel like I'm selling anymore. It's just fun. I'm just offering people services. So passion is the main factor, I think. Yeah.
And how often do you go live on Facebook?
I'm reading a book right now, and I felt so connected. His name is Guy. I think he invented Canva, and he had a book about how to rock social media or something. And he said, my wife is very structured, but I do spray and pray. And I think I am the same. It's to spray and pray. So sometimes I go every day, and sometimes it's once a week. That also is when I have passion for doing it. When I feel like, oh no, I'm in a good mood. I have a lot of energy. I feel I have something to share. Then I will go live. So I don't have I don't have a schedule. I don't like schedule. I live without time. So.
Yeah. So how many, how often do you sell products when you do this Facebook Live, or yeah?
Almost every time. I think if I have live, if I have 5 lives, I think I sell in 4 of them. So actually, I sell something every time, and I think that is because now I'm at this point where I'm living the passion. I'm really living the life I want, and I have been learning from the best. So I am just connecting with. I am getting blueprint from the best people, and I think that's what we need to do. We don't need to find it up ourselves. Just find people that are good with what you want to do, and you just copy the best and you make it your own. You find your own way of doing it. So now I'm actually, sometimes people are asking, oh, where can I get it? I actually forget to sell. so actually sometimes people are just asking for the button to buy. So so I think it's every time I go live I will sell something. Yeah.
Isn't that that's also quite interesting what you're saying, because someone are never selling on live and they never get asked what you should buy. But I have a story, because I think when we was promoting personal development event, we had an event called Millionaire Mind Intensive with T.R. Recker, and he's maybe the most hardest seller or closer on the stage I met. And they did an experiment when they did this Millionaire Mind Intensive. After doing them 3 days event, they sell for hundreds of thousands or also millions of dollars. And one time they just decide, okay, this event we're not going to sell anything. And in the end of the event, people were so crazy frustrated, they were so angry because they couldn't buy anything. And I think that's one of the things, like, because when you teach someone that here we will sell you something, then they get used of it. And if you never sell anything, they get also really pissed when you try to sell them something the first time. I've seen so many. So it's really so how long time is your Facebook lives? Like, is it could they be long, could they be short? Do you have any
I have some tips for that, because I do Facebook Live that are 5 minutes, and I have done 4 hours. So but basically I think I read some statistics about it, that they say the perfect Facebook Live is around 18 minutes. But I see also around 15-20 minutes is really good for a Facebook Live. But of course, if I'm doing like I would do in webinar, then I will do it for 45 minutes, or it can go to 1 hour and a half. And I don't plan how much time I would like it to be, because I only plan that I will not answer questions after my pitch. And I also think you learned me that, Peter Erik. You learned me so many things. Thank you. I just remember now. But then when we worked together, I was working with doing speeches, and you can use it. You can just take your knowledge and put it on Facebook Live, because if people have a lot of questions, they really love it if they can get answers. You know, I think that's the magic factor we forget about when we are Facebook Live. For instance, if anyone has a question now, I'm not seeing Facebook Live now, but if you see if anyone have question, we should answer them, because that's one of the main part with Facebook Live. We are live, so there are people on the other end. So if they are connecting, we should connect with them. So of course, a lot of people are seeing this later, but it doesn't matter, because we can go in later and answer the question. So if people have a lot of questions, then you are on a roll. You know, people are really interested. It's like having them in a sales room. You can just sell to them, and you can answer. You can if they have some questions about how it is or whatever, you can answer them. But I always do it before. If there are questions after I tell the price, I will go offline. I never so it depends on how much energy there is in the live, how long I will do it.
So you also say that are you doing webinars now, or are you just using Facebook Live like your platform?
I have been testing a little because I have been doing some webinars. So I have some products, some evergreen products that are on webinars. So I'm selling also there. I'm just sending them the freebie link or connecting to the webinar. But recently, I actually sold a big part of my business. I sold my mastermind groups because I had a business mastermind and a self-development mastermind group. So I sold them because I wanted to live more without time, and I wanted to work on more with passive income. So actually, I just started to put. I'm in the process putting all my products into EverWebinar because I think that's a great tool. But then I am using Facebook Live to get people on to the EverWebinar.
Okay.
Because then I will inspire them, to just sign up for the EverWebinar. So I think that's a good way of doing it. If you, like for me, living in Santorini, I want to show people this amazing place. So now I'm just sitting in the car, but I have the beach out here. But I want to show people Santorini, and I think that's the. I think I'm talking away from the question, but I got some good stuff here, so let's just continue.
Just continue.
Yeah. I work inspired, so I never plan. No, but when you want to do Facebook Live, I think one of the important thing is to sell. To really show people. I'm really hung up in walk the talk, practice what you preach, maybe a living example of your pitch. So I wanted truly a more lifestyle without time. And I wanted to show people that, So now I'm doing live in the caldera. I'm doing live at the beach. So I think also people need to see something more than just the office, And when you're doing the live outside, you can't do a presentation, but maybe you have a great presentation. I have an amazing presentation I did 2 days ago, and it's 1 hour long. So I put the presentation into EverWebinar, and then I can do the short Facebook Lives, just to inspire people and to talk about my great EverWebinar. So my Facebook Live will be just a pitch like a freebie for the freebie. So I think that's a good way of doing that. And then I'm more free with the time. I don't need to, I can do live whenever. So I can sell, you just send people to all my EverWebinar. So that's interesting project I'm doing now, but EverWebinar is working. So it's, just connecting two things.
So how much time do you use? Because when I talk with you, it looks like everything is floating. Blah. I'm just doing stuff, and it works for me. So how much time do you use to plan a Facebook Live or plan a webinar? And how much do you work on business strategy?
I use, I think, to inspiration for people. I think if you got a blueprint, if you learn like the method you need to learn, I call it the Tada method. To just start with a result, do a presentation of yourself, fuel the problem, make a solution, and then you have another problem, and your solution is the product. And when you have that in your mind, I said, yes, do the Tada, and then you have that. So every time when I'm doing, if I do a blog or a Facebook Live, whatever I do, I have this in my mind. I have this Tada method in my mind. And what I've learned from you, from Frank Kern, from a lot of other people that I follow. So I have this. And then I just spend, I think, maybe I spend 10 minutes actually to plan a Facebook Live. I just do it maybe on paper, or I do it on the way to the beach before I'm doing the live. I just go through my mind. Okay, what do I want to share today? What do I want people to learn? So with focus on the viewer, I think that's one of the main turning point for me, was not to share my story. And people sometimes get shocked when I do a course or something, and I say just in a sentence, 4 years ago I got incurable cancer. I could talk for weeks about my sickness, but that is not the interesting part for people. Some people can think it's interesting when, I'm also sick, maybe I also can do it. So you're just sharing small stuff from my story, but it's just for connecting people with their story. So actually but on strategy, yes, I use a lot of time now on, we are building a lot of funnels now. I work with my man, which is a programmer, and we are actually making magazine in 60 languages now. So we are working a lot with that, but everything is for having more time to relax, actually.
Wow. So how did your life change when you started to do online business? What is the difference from you from the speaking business you had before?
Oh, I think that the main thing is that you decide yourself. If you want to have an online business, when I see people having a normal job, I think, oh my God, so boring, because you know what you're going to do every day, and you know the amount of money that is coming into your bank account every month. I think that is so boring, because when you have an online business, you decide what you want to earn. Just learn what you want to learn, and spend. You have to invest time and money. I understood that. And if you don't have money, you got to have time, because nobody is working for free. We have the webinars or Facebook Live and say, oh, you're going to sell. Duh, of course, I have a business. So I think that the main thing was that I could decide how much money I wanted to make. So it's just like, if I want to make some more money one day, I just do a good live, and then I will have money. And it's quite fun. I do this challenges when I launched a new product now. And I said to Ragnar, my man, I said, okay, just for fun now, because we rented a new place and it costed us, we would have to pay 36,000 in just a short while. And I said, well, just relax. I want to do a trick for you. I want to earn 36,000 in 24 hours, just so you can see that I can do it. So I just did a live, and actually I got 35,924 crowns the next 24 hours. And it's pretty close, darling. So I think that's the thing. You can just, make your product, share your knowledge, and just put it up and do a good job, and the customers will come, and you can decide, do you want more money in this week? Well, do a live and just sell it. It's just, it's quite easy, actually, when you know how to do it.
And a lot of people comes to me, and I also hear that I don't want to be like this sales pushy people, this American style. What advice do you have to them?
Oh, we've been working a lot with it in my the mastermind groups I had, because I had a lot of customers the same as you say here, because I had this product but I don't want to sell, and then I asked them, do you want to have a business, or is this a hobby? Do you want to earn money on this? Well, then you have to learn selling, and then I inspire people to be real, be 100% you, and find the uniqueness, find the special thing that is you, because everybody has something special, and it doesn't matter how many competitors, how many people are making the same product that you are making. You have to just dive into yourself. I call myself a spiritual tech junkie. Because I work with diving inside also, and working with a passion, why do you do this? When you are connected till why do you do this, then selling is not a big problem anymore. And when you go live, when you are deciding to, okay, I will be just myself, I will be 100% myself, because people actually can see it. It will go through, because people are connecting. Being live like this is the next best thing to sitting in the same room. So if you are lying, if you are, oh no, I'm going to sell, I'm going to make this A, B, C. If you're doing like this, and you're talking so passionate about your product, and then you're going to sell, you're going to, okay, and I have this product. But we see people doing this, and people are just, okay, I'm off. Where is this person? Where did this person go? So you have to find the bridge between where you are talking passion about your product and you're helping people, and the bridge before you start selling. It has to be like an invisible bridge, I think. So you're just going up, 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 up every time, and then people they don't see that you are selling. they are just seeing your passion. You're still talking about your product. You're telling the price. You're telling the bonuses. You are telling that they have to take action, or you're being in a flow. And then people will buy. And I have actually customers that have bought my mastermind, my business mastermind, and they even don't want to have a business. And after 1 month, they would write me, oh, I signed up for the business mastermind and I don't have a business, but you're such a good seller, so I just buy everything you have. So I think it's about passion also, just be in the passion and be true. And also one thing more is to actually say in the beginning, to say that, hey, I'm going to talk about this. You're going to have these 3 steps, and if you're with me till the end, yes, of course, you can be on the inside. So I actually also joke about it. I joke about there will be a selling in the end. And I said, of course. And when I'm telling them in the beginning, then it's fine. Nobody are surprised when I start the pitch. They are just, okay, there's the pitch. So just love it. You have to start to love selling. And that's why I wanted to work with you, Petter-Erik, because when I was doing the mastermind, I was going to go on the tour in Norway and to give free speeches to people. And then I understood that, okay, I have so much passion, but I'm not so good at selling. So when we spent the day together and we went through the launch process and everything, and then some days, well, it wasn't so good. And some days, I was really selling. So I think that's I think you have to just start to love selling and to learn the skills and to implement it into your passion. It's yeah. It seems so easy now, but also I was struggling when I met you. So I also hated to sell.
Yeah, I think maybe except me, I've been selling all my life, but I think a lot of people have hated to sell. Another thing is I know also a lot of entrepreneurs, they get stuck when they get when it doesn't go as well as they thought it should be, or the goals was and all this stuff. But it looks like you're just going up again and up again and up again, and you're never giving up. Is this a strategy, or can you tell me how you motivate yourself? And because, like an entrepreneur, I know both of us has times when it goes really doesn't go as we want. So, how do you do this?
Yeah, I am using what I call the opposite method. I work a lot with manifesting. And I'm not going to go all spiritual about it. I'm just going to share the practical stuff, because everybody manifests. The life we have today, we have manifested. Skiers, when they're going down is it the slope? I don't know the English word. Yeah. When they're going down, they have planned it before they go. They are seeing them. They are seeing them winning the Olympic medal. So everybody's doing it. But the problem is we are stuck in our mind, because we have, I think, around 60,000 thoughts or something. And they say 95% of them are old thoughts. So actually, it's about changing your story. If you hate selling, that's your old story. You have to decide that, I'm going to love to sell. I'm going to love selling. That's why I connected with you, because I knew you love to sell. So I needed to find people that love to sell. So we are in all our old mind. So when we go down, if we have, failure or something, it's just like my cancer also. A lot of people, they get sick, and a lot of people die from cancer. But then I figure that's the old story. Same for the business. I went bankrupt before. Okay, that's the old story. So you have to change your story. But it's the mind and the feelings, and then we take the old action. So if you have failure, then you will think, okay, I failed before, and I will fail again. And then you just keep doing the same over and over again. So that's when I start in the opposite direction. I start by manifesting. So every day when I understand that I'm awake, I will just smile to myself, and I will have some affirmation. I will have some great sentences, and I will have the feeling of where I want to go today and the next year and 5 years, where, my big goals. So I will just start by manifesting. And my most important sentence in life is live like it already happened. So then I will start by action after manifesting, this great stuff. So I don't have bad days because I have already manifested a great day when I wake up. So then I start to take action because I have manifested that it's not my old thought. So I'm actually tricking my brain with if you are you have been a seller with the computers and stuff. So it's actually is it a software it's called? Yeah. So you're actually changing my software in the brain. So then I push myself to take some action. And here's the tricky part, because people, oh no, I'm procrastinating, or I feel sorry for myself, or I'm a failure, or I don't have enough money, I'm not a good seller, or I am not good at Facebook Live or webinar, or they are just fueling this. And we love it. We love to take a swim in our old shitty stuff. So we are just swimming around in that crappy old pool. But if you are just pushing yourself, take some action. And while you are taking the action, even for 5 minutes, you just think, hey, I'm a good person. Yes, I'm doing this. You are just, you're fueling the good feelings about it. If people are struggling with going Facebook Live, I learned from when I was actually in Elevate in Copenhagen, watching Darren Hardy, and he said it's take 20 seconds, before you have started. It's that with Facebook Live also. You can push the button, and after 20 seconds, you are doing it. So just do the action, and then you have the good feelings, and then actually your thoughts are changing. So then you're filled with your new thoughts.
Yeah. So what do you think is the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs that wanted to go online do? What are you seeing that?
I think one of the biggest is that they are in love with their business and the products. And I think it comes to a part where you have to, okay, I love you, my baby, my product, but what is it going to do for other people? So when you are focusing on the viewer, when you are truly helping the viewer, not focusing on the product, you are just telling them how this can help them. And actually, if you share content that it's really good, it's like the freebie we're talking about. If the freebie is giving them obvious, if it's really good content, then people will follow you and they will buy. So it's just to stop focusing, and it's normal because we love our products. We are really proud of the products, and it's the passion we have and everything. That's the focusing on the others. And also I think energy is an important part to have enthusiasm and to show your passion, to have energy. And it doesn't mean that you have to jump up and down. It's you can be energetic even if you're doing meditation. So it's just about sending your energy to those who see you.
Yeah. I have 2 more questions, but if any one of you are live now or have any question, you can write them in the chat box and I will ask Iisa about it. For people who want to start an online business now, what is the best advice you can give them? Or start to do Facebook Live or whatever?
I think it is to find your best stuff, your diamond, your stuff that you think that I'm going to sell this is worth millions, to find that the one thing that you feel that, this is mind-blowing, this is the most great thing I have about my product, my passion. And I actually think you should give it for free. Because there are so many people that are online now. So if you want to get seen, you also have to choose a niche, of course, and to choose your road, and just to don't serve everyone. Can of course tell a lot about that. Just to find a niche you want to work in, but give for free. If you give your best stuff away for free, the customers will come. I truly think so. And just get started. Don't be perfect, because we are doing a crappy life sometimes, even if we have doing I don't know how many lives, but some lives are crappy. You didn't have the day, or you didn't get out what you wanted to say, but practice. Just start to go live.
And okay, my last question is, why did you move to Santorini?
It is two reasons, actually. The main reason was my health, because I felt that it was more stressful for me to live in Norway. So I felt that my incurable cancer diagnosis would be better in a calmer place. That's the first, and the second reason is because I want to open a center for courses, for inspiration, for people to come. And then, well, I needed to choose a great place. So I always knew I wanted to go to Greece, but so I want to open my center here. So that's why we work online. So the money is coming from online, and we're going to build a center here for people to come.
Wow. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining. I think it's so fun to have you, because when I talk with you, everything looks like it's so easy. It's like, oh, things just happen. Life is so easy. Everything is so easy. And I think a lot of us who are entrepreneurs, we try to make things more complex than it really is. This online thing is it's not so complex that everyone should have it for. To deliver your products is not so complex. It's just to get out there and do it.
Yeah, I think so. I think we make it too hard and think we need to know everything and to have all programs. No, you need a mobile phone and a place where you can, host your products. So people think, oh, they get the technical scared. So I think it's easy when you also focus on your life. Your family life, your love life, where you're living, that you actually live a good life. So I start my morning with yoga, with meditation, with connecting, so we live totally without time. And I think when you do that, when you also focus on the rest of your life, your business life will be better, Live in passion.
Thank you. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we talk later. So
yes, we will.
And thank you for everything. Everyone was listening, and everyone will get a copy of it so we can see it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Thank
bye.
you. See you. Bye.